To understand our research, all you need to do is see two people, Martin and myself, who have been working together, teaching a first-year undergraduate accounting unit together for over 10 years. We are seeking to become good teachers, like some of the great teachers we ourselves have experienced. And the way we are seeking to do this is by adapting and applying aspects of the scholarship of learning and teaching to the learning environments we create for our students, face-to-face, hybrid and online. And we have found so much richness and inspiration in the education literature to draw on, to apply to our teaching together, which can speed up the process of us becoming good teachers compared to a purely trial and error approach. Martin completed his PhD in accounting education in 2011. The experience of deep learning by accounting students in an accounting course. Martin is currently putting together a plain English version called The Experience of Learning Accounting. He developed this model on which to base his design and delivery of an accounting unit. The emphasis is not on introducing a single specific intervention, but on an integrated set of interventions: assessment, teacher-student relationship, teamwork, and instruction. These interventions are designed to work together to support students to experience change in how they experience four aspects of how we learn: relevant structure, concepts of learning, motivation, and approach to learning. Approach to learning is how we experience our learning in a specific learning context, surface or deep. And our students need to experience deep learning, active learning for understanding and developing personal meaning, before they can demonstrate professional skills such as critical thinking, ICT skills, communication skills, teamwork skills, and problem-solving skills.
Using phenomenography, we found evidence of the resilience of individualised authentic assessments to the challenges brought with the COVID-19 crisis. And what did we find? We found evidence of individualised authentic assessments seamlessly adjusting to the challenges brought by COVID-19. We found no disruption to the effectiveness of these assessments. It's that time of the term we have been assigned our company. As I wait patiently for the Excel spreadsheet to load with the allocation of companies, all that was going through my head repeatedly was, I hope I get a good company. I was hoping that I would have a company that I could connect quite easily with, one that I could understand the operations and know a little about the industry. Finding out I have a company that specialises in the farming of pearls got me excited. I think pearls are beautiful, and I have always wanted a real set of pearls for myself. I first checked out their website, which I also admire. I like simple and elegant websites that are not cluttered with pictures, words, and information. All of this was in just the right place, and I found the website very easy to navigate. I even found myself on the page jewellery browsing and suddenly realised I should get back to work. Being told that by the end of the first week each student will be given a company to analyse made my heart skip a bit. For some reason this news had me so excited. To find out we were going to be assigned our own company enthralled me. I feel as though the hands-on experience of an actual firm will help me to learn in a different way rather than just off the textbook or lecture slides. The way the companies are unique for each person is a great idea in that it allows us all to communicate with each other without it being classed as against academic integrity. It was late on Friday week 1 and I was excited about getting a company of my own. I'm sure once we receive our company's accounts and work through them, light bulbs will be going off left, right and centre. I truly am excited to get some hands-on experience with real-world companies. One of my company's goals is to build a new regional freight depot and for it to be fully solar powered. Environmental care and preservation is a massive issue in my eyes. I love it when companies are making changes to help offset their carbon footprint. When I first started to look through my firm's annual report, I was overwhelmed by all the information. There were numbers and terminology I did not understand at all. I even attempted to read some of the notes at the end of the report to help me, and I became even more confused. I would read something and say to myself, what does that mean? Regardless, I'm going to give the next step in the assignment my best shot. It was very confusing to understand and piece together the events for my company in the annual report. At the same time, I like seeing how my company works, how it achieves things, and the way they have outlined key points. But I will walk away knowing there is a lot I do not understand, that I need to learn more and actively engage in what the reports are telling me. Until I can do that, I will forever be confused by the numbers. I found this daunting, reading through my company's annual report. The first question I had is, where do I even start looking? When the lecturer wrote in the study guide about the key qualities of relevance, can I do something with this information, and faithful representation, can I depend on this information, I thought back to when I first read my firm's financial statements. I was sifting through the numbers and information, asking myself, what do I do with this? Is this relevant to the assessment? Of course, I'm very new to this, so there is a lot I won't understand, which doesn't mean it's irrelevant. I suppose a part of me was sceptical, wondering, can I trust this information? I don't think I realised it at the time, but I was actively looking for mistakes or discrepancies, which is funny since I have no experience or credibility in accounting. I enjoyed reading these chapters of the study guide. They gave insight into financial statements, which I intend to apply to looking into my own company's financials. I started to think about how I could apply this concept to my company. Things are starting to make more sense to me because while I'm learning them, I'm trying to apply it to real-world scenarios or past experiences. This has made me a lot more excited to expand my knowledge as I enter the world of accounting. I thoroughly enjoyed reading this chapter as I could position myself into the teachings. I think this has helped me understand and learn the concepts. Extrapolating the new information into my own personal life with examples, I was able to grasp a more in-depth understanding of key cost relationships. There was something about my company that seemed familiar, though initially I couldn't put my finger on it. When I looked at their website, I found they are the owner of Linden Homes, a house building company that were building an estate a few kilometres from where I lived in the UK before coming back to Australia. As my company was part of the mining and metal detecting industries, I asked my dad whether he had heard of my company, considering he works as a diesel fitter at various mine sites. I was surprised he had not heard of my firm. I then asked him about two of the businesses that my company owns. Subsidiary A develops and manufactures various metal detecting devices for both casual and professional consumers, and Subsidiary B are the world's only supplier of tracking and data communication software for the underground mining sector. He could describe each of these businesses without me giving a hint. When I found out my company was company name, I felt so relieved. It is about tourism and travel. I love to travel, so having this company to research is very interesting to me. Although I have heard about this company before, I've used Webjet, Qantas, Jetstar websites before to buy plane tickets. I only know one travel agent called Flight Centre. I did some research on my company. They also have a franchise where I live. I was surprised when I realised the financial statements for my firm included a report from an independent auditor. I was not expecting a company would audit its financial information, and now I am wondering is this a legal requirement, or if a company chose to not audit the financial reports, is this valid too? It states in the study guide that annual reports are a marketing document. I didn't really understand what this meant when I originally read it. My initial thought was that it was a document trying to advertise the business. But then I thought my view of an annual report was not correct, as I've always thought of an annual report as many pages with a bunch of numbers that no one actually reads, except for those who have to. When I read my annual report on my company and was writing about the KCQ's key concepts and questions on that document, I had a better understanding of what the lecturer meant by calling it a marketing document. Yes, it does include numbers and financial statements, but it also talks about the goals of the business, their purpose, what they have achieved in the past financial year, and where they plan to head as a business. This shows aspects of marketing. I enjoyed the metaphor of attaching costs to cost objects, being like tidying a room. If the costs are attached to cost objects with no thought, the stuffing of all the mess into a cupboard, the manager of a firm will not gain an understanding of what is happening. For online students, invigilated exams can be replaced with individualised authentic assessments while maintaining academic credibility. However, individualised authentic assessments need to be used skillfully within the context of innovative student learning practices rather than traditional didactic teaching methods.
Let's leave it there and open it up to questions.